Yo, what is going on, everybody? So today I want to have a discussion about something that I've been very apprehensive to talk about, which is the death of Sasuke Uchiha. Now, obviously, those who are subscribed to this channel know that I'm a huge fan of Sasuke. I get a lot of comments about the fact that on my original channel, I uploaded like 1,000 Itachi videos, and now on this channel, I'm uploading 1,000 Sasuke videos. And so, before I get into this discussion, I want to tell any anime only viewers that I am going to be discussing some serious spoilers on this. So if you don't want to be spoiled by anything that's going on in Boruto Naruto Next Generations right now, I highly recommend clicking off of the video. I thank you for your support. Over 80% of the content on the channel is spoiler free, and if you've watched all the videos on this channel, you can go to my original channel, Kryptonian Saiyan, and you can check out the spoiler free content that is on that channel as well. But as always, thank you for your support, and if you're still here, I'm gonna assume you're okay with me talking about any type of spoilers. So, rereading Boruto chapter 38 and looking at what's going on in the Boruto manga, where in episode 129, which is getting ready to come out this weekend, we have this moment where Sasuke and Boruto's relationship is being put on front and center. We know that based on the events of the manga, that Sasuke and Boruto have gotten a lot closer. It's been implied that Sasuke has been training Boruto. When you go by the Sasuke Shinden novel, The Teacher's Star Pupil, we know that Sasuke has trained Boruto and the members of Team 7 for a brief period. So we do know that there is that teacher and student bonding moment that is coming. But when you look at the anime and you have everything with Boruto and Sasuke traveling back in time, and how all of a sudden Sasuke, before this happens, tells Boruto that, look, the relationship between Naruto and Jiraiya isn't like ours, and the bond that we have doesn't come close to that. Obviously, during this arc, Sasuke and Boruto are gonna get a lot closer, and it's led me to rereading the Boruto chapter 38, and it's made me wonder, are we really about to see Sasuke Uchiha be killed? Now, let's be clear about something. I don't think that the series can survive killing both Naruto and Sasuke off, but I do think that killing Sasuke and keeping Naruto alive is something that we could see happen, and it is something that the series could survive because Sasuke provides better ways for this to be handled, and I'll explain to you guys why. So in the latest Boruto chapter, in chapter 38, which again, chapter 39 is not out yet because of this recording, but when you look at chapter 38, one of the things that we see, one of the very last images that we see, is Sasuke with all those chakra rods slammed inside of him. He's at near death, and you have that moment where Sakura sees him and Sakura is freaking out, and so it lets you know that Sasuke is in deep trouble, and one of his last thoughts is telling Naruto not to die. And so when you're left with an image like that, I don't think that that is something that Kodachi would write and not have it being implying something else going in the future. You have to look at how Kodachi likes to write things. That's why I tell people, read the Gar Hiden novel, because Kodachi wrote that novel, and read the Boruto the movie novelization, because that's another novel that Kodachi was the writer for, and you can pick up on his writing style when you do that. And so when you look at his writing style, I do think that that sense of imagery was put there on purpose, and the fact that Ikimoto drew it and placed so much emphasis on it, this is one of those things like One Piece where it's something that we will see, but it won't be paid off for a very long time. This is the same type of concept. This is the same concept. It's the same line of thinking. And so when you look at the other information that's coming out about what's going on in Boruto Naruto Next Generations, like in the Naruto Retsuden novel, which I have not read in full. I've read snippets here and there, and I've read some very, very rough translations. I'm waiting for some more credible sources to actually translate the novel before I start covering some of that content. But in one of the paragraphs I read from the novel, you have Hinata telling Sasuke not to sacrifice sacrifice himself for Naruto, because doing such a thing would absolutely destroy Naruto if he had to live with that type of guilt. And so when you take that in consideration, the fact that that is being teased lets you know that this is a possibility. Like in private conversations I've had with anime balls deep, that's a possibility that has been raised when we've talked in the past before this was even revealed in the Naruto Retsuden novel, which, just to recap for you guys, it does take place in that 1 year skip between the versus Momoshiki arc and what you have with the Owl arc of the manga. And so when you take that in consideration, it is something that I definitely think that they will be playing with. But look at Naruto's situation. Naruto is sealed away. He's in terrible shape, okay? He's in terrible shape. And the way that Jigen was talking as if Naruto would either be sealed away and would eventually die before Ashiki Asusuke takes Jigen's body back to that seal that Naruto's in, or Naruto could be sitting there for what we know is going to be another 3 years, because we're a year removed from the versus Momoshiki arc, and the Boruto versus Kawaki fight takes place 4 years after the versus Momoshiki arc. So we're 3 years away from that in the Boruto timeline. So there is a possibility that Naruto's in that seal and ultimately Naruto does end up dying. And so I think that having Sasuke recognize that the best hope to take down Ashiki Asusuke is to gather information about this Asusuke and leave everything for Naruto, who Sasuke knows is going to make the right choice for Konoha. And if Sasuke can prepare Boruto in the 3 years before this, if Naruto is dead during the time skip, then I definitely think that Sasuke giving up his life, using the Rini rebirth to bring Naruto back to life, is something that could pay massive dividends, especially when you look at everything going on with the anime continuity, because there's a strong chance that Boruto is going to learn what transpired in the past with Sasuke. And if that is something that happens, if that indeed happens, Boruto knows that losing someone close to you can lead to you walking down that same path that Sasuke went on. And because Sasuke's been through that darkness, I don't think that's something that he's gonna want for his student. Because when you look at it, at the end of the day, Boruto is very emotional, he's very irrational, he's very smart, but he does tend to let his emotions get the better of him. And I do think that if Boruto was to see Sasuke sacrifice himself to bring Naruto back to life, I don't think that would be something that would spin Boruto out of control, because it will be in that moment that Boruto would realize what Sasuke was truly doing. Sasuke is once again protecting the village from the shadows. He understands that Naruto, and by extension Boruto, are the key to holding off this Sasuke clan threat, of holding off a potential Sasuke clan invasion. And Konoha, as well as the world, is going to need Naruto's leadership going forward. Sasuke is just a pillar that is supposed to lead to the bridge to the future, much in the same way that Jiraiya was, much in the same way that Obito was, Konan, Nagato. These characters are characters that gave up their lives trusting in Naruto Uzumaki. So I do think that Boruto being able to see that his sensei has taken a similar role is ultimately what is going to lead to Boruto having a firm Nindo, having a firm ninja way. And it is something that's going to allow Boruto to be faced with the same type of situation Naruto's in. But whereas Naruto for a brief period was thinking about revenge, Boruto has his father there to help him navigate through that. And also Boruto has an example in his sensei, knowing that his sensei gave his life for the bigger cause. I don't think that Boruto's gonna walk down that path of vengeance. But I really want to know from you guys, do you think that the Naruto series can survive having Sasuke die to bring Naruto back to life? Do you think that that could happen? I definitely think that this is something that the series could use, and I do think that it is something that the series could survive, because it would allow us to see a character that we've been introduced to, if I'm not mistaken, it's either chapter 3 or chapter 4 when Sasuke made his debut. So I definitely think that having everything come full circle could be a great way, because in the first arc of the series, Sasuke gave his life for Naruto seemingly against Haku. Naruto thought he died. Now you have a similar situation, but the difference is Naruto's not going to react in the way that he did. But I also think, I'm going to close out with this, I also think that what Hinata said in the Naruto Retsuden novel is going to be something that's key. Naruto at that point is going to be in mental shambles, but I think that Naruto is also going to be mature enough to understand that Sasuke had to do this for the betterment of the ninja world. Sasuke's making the same sacrifice that Itachi made, the same sacrifice that Obito made, and death comes in threes. So I definitely think that this is something Naruto can handle better than what Hinata believed. But let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.